welcome back to everyone. Welcome back to everyone. Still now 30 participants are there only. I hope I just want to wait another 1 minute so that some other will join with us, because in the last session there are 50 participants. Yes, so let us start the next presentation to be presented by Sony and Srishti. So Sony, need to unmute yourself. Sony, are you present?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me share the screen containing the PPT that shows the presentation of Sony and Srishti. So just wait. So thank you all for your peaceful waiting for this next presentation by Sony and Srishti. So let us start it. I'm just going to share the screen. So is it visible or not? Sony?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
you can start your presentation.
Good evening to one and all present over here. I am going to present my presentation on Pythagoras theorem. It is made by me and Srishti. Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem, also known as Pythagoras theorem, is the fundamental relation in equating theorem. Also, among the three sides of a right angle triangle, it states that the area of a square whose side is the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the area of the square on the other two sides. This theorem can be written as the equation related the length of the sides A, B, and C, often called as hypotenuse equation. A square plus B square equal to C square. This theorem I want to verify by the method of paper folding, cutting, and pasting. So next slide, please. Metal requires cardboard, color paper, scissors, geometric instrument, and glue. First, we will take the color paper as a right angle triangle ABC with an angle C as a 90 degree. So please next slide.
Heights are also, you have to say, they are 3, 4, and 5 centimeters respectively.
The measure sides are right angle triangle ABC pasted on the white sheet as a given in a figure 1. The three sides of each right angle triangle has the three square of each side on each side of a triangle was pasted given in the figure 2. So please next slide.
Students, in figure number 2, we have drawn 3 squares on the 3 sides of the right angle triangle. That was in the figure number 1.
The next, the three square cutting, we have cut the two square as a triangle AB, which is pasted in figure 3. You can see that. Next, then taking the four triangles, we surrounded with a side of 4 square as a hypotenuse, which is given in a figure 4. Sir, please next slide. As a result, we observe that each form of figure is a square of side A plus B unit. That is, area of square 1 equals to area of square equals area of square 1 equals to area of 4 triangles equals to area of 2 square minus area of 4 triangles. Left area of square 1 equals to left area of square 2. That is A square plus B square equals to C square. That's all of my presentation. Thank you.
So thank you, Sony, for presenting how to prove Pythagoras theorem with paper cutting and pasting method. We all can try this in your home. We can refer this presentation as well as we can refer YouTube or any other online platforms to prove the Pythagoras theorem, which is a very much useful theorem in our mathematics. It has many more applications in different classes starting from 6 to 10. So we must know why this one is happening, why this base square and height square equal to hypotenuse square. So to prove this, we need such ways, such processes. So thank you, Sony, for presenting such an inspiring presentation. So now I want to welcome Deepika. Deepika, are you present?
Yes, sir.
Unmute yourself. So now Deepika Mohanty from class 10 going to present his presentation on polynomial chapter, on graphs of polynomial, we can say. So I am just going to share the screen. Yes. You can start.
Respected principal, sir, dignified teachers, and my dear friends, good afternoon to all. Myself Deepika, and today I am going to present you about the topic graph of linear, quadratic, and cubic polynomials. So please next slide. Before going to tell about the graph of the linear, quadratic, and cubic polynomials, I will tell about what is polynomial. So next slide.
Deepika, need to keep the mic of your earphone away from your mouth. Yes.
Polynomial is nothing but it is an algebraic expression that includes real numbers with constant, variable, and exponent, which are combined using addition, subtractions, and multiplication, but not division. So please next slide.
Have we discussed all these things? Monomial, binomial, trinomial?
Yes, sir. In the next, I will describe.
Okay.
Okay. There are some criteria to be said as a polynomial. A polynomial cannot have infinite number of terms. It should have finite number of terms. The power of variable should not be negative. For example, 3xy minus 1, it should not be told as a polynomial. Third one, there should not be square roots involved in the variable. For example, root x minus 2. In the variable, root is available, so it should not be defined as a polynomial. So next slide. Okay, the polynomials are divided into two types in the number of terms. In the so next slide. Okay, so this one. In the number of terms, yes, sir. The previous one.
Previous one. This one.
On previous.
Is it your presentation or not? I think you have done your PPT. So there is may some problem. Which slide you want? This one?
Yes,
This
sir.
one I think you did. Yes.
Polynomial were divided into two types in the number of terms and the power and degree of the variable. In the number of terms, they were divided into three types: monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Monomial being having only one term, for example, 4x or 8y. Binomial, polynomials having two terms, for example, 2x plus x. Trinomial, polynomials having three terms, for example, 2x minus x cube plus 25. On the basis of degree of the variables, they were divided into four types: constant, linear, quadratic, and cubic. The next slide. Okay. On the basis of now it is the topic of the zeros of the polynomial. A real number.
Deepika, tell me, is there any problem with the slide? Is it the
No,
previous
sir.
one you have sent me? Or if there is any problem, you can tell, so that I will change the PPT. Otherwise, if it is okay, then you can proceed.
No, sir, it is okay.
Okay, you can proceed.
A polynomial said to be the zeros of the polynomial if we put any value in the x, it will come 0, so it's said to be the zeros of the polynomial. For example, f of x in the screen, f of x is equal to x cube minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. Here we put x value as 2 and we get the answer 0. So it is said to be the zeros of the polynomial. The next slide. As the polynomial divided into a degree into four types, so a polynomial of degree 0 is called a constant polynomial. For example, 7 f of x is equal to 7 and g of x is equal to minus 3 by 2. Here the answer we get 2. So the degree of the constant polynomial is 0. A polynomial having degree 1 is called linear of the polynomial. For example, p of x is equal to 4x minus 3 and p of y is equal to 3y are linear polynomials. Any linear polynomial is in the form of x plus b, where n and b are real number and a is not equal to 0. It may be monomial or binomial. F of x is equal to 2x minus 3 is a binomial, whereas g of x is equal to 7x is monomial. So next slide. A polynomial of degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. For example, f of x is equal to root over of 3x square minus 4 by 3x plus 1 by 2, where q of w is equal to 2 by 3 w square plus 4 are quadratic polynomials with real coefficients. Any quadratic polynomial is always in the form x square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. A polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. For example, f of x is equal to 5x cubed minus 2x square plus 3x minus 1 by 5 is a cubic polynomial in variable x. Any cubic polynomial is always in the form of x cube plus bx square plus cx plus c, where a, b, c, d are real numbers. So next slide. Now my topic came the graph of the linear quadratic and cubic polynomial. We can represent the polynomial in the graph. So next slide. Here the linear polynomial. As I have explained that linear polynomials having zeros, maximum zero should be 1. It should be in the straight line. In the linear polynomial, it should be, the graph should be in the straight line. So next slide. As in this example, the x-axis is the population of state, in the y-axis fatal traffic accident per state. As the graph represents the straight line, so similar to the polynomial, so it is a linear polynomial. So next slide. Now it comes the part of quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial should have maximum zeros too. It comes in the form of upward or downward. It is called parabolas. So next slide.
Step is called parabolic step. You can say.
As I have given in the real life example, as it is a breeze, it comes in the curve. Here having 2 zeros. As I have told that quadratic polynomial should have 2 zeros, maximum 2 zeros, and it's having 2 points. So it is a quadratic polynomial. So next slide. Now it comes to the cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial should have maximum zeros 3. And as I have given here examples, the McDonald's, as we are very fond of eating pizzas, burgers, all that things. So here McDonald's, what M represents 3 zeros, cutting the graph into 3 points. So it is a cubic polynomial. So next slide. Thank you all for patiently listening. Hope you have enjoyed all. Thank you all.
So thank you, Deepika, for your presentation. It is another beautiful presentation about graphs of polynomials and how they can be understood by using real life examples like McDonald's. We all know the symbol of McDonald's. It can be referred to the graph of the cubic polynomial as the graph of the cubic polynomial in general. Such the x-axis at 3 different points, so we can use this symbol to represent also the graph of a cubic polynomial. So now time to welcome Nakshatra and group for the last presentation of this session or today's session. Nakshatra and group, and I just want that Nakshatra can share his own slides. So I am just allowing him to share his screen. Nakshatra and the group can unmute themselves and can share their content for presentation. Nakshatra.
Hi, good evening to all. Today, my name is O with my team from Standard 10A, going to show the polynomials in graphical method. So, here, by the end of the presentation, we will get to know about the definition of the polynomials, types of polynomials, values of polynomials, and the proofs of graphs of the polynomials. I would request Nakshatra to change the slides, please. So here, what is a polynomial? A polynomial is a algebraic expression with many terms having variables and coefficients. and each of its variables having the coefficients are whole numbers. As we can take an example as ax to the power m plus by to the power n and c to the power o is a polynomial. Then m, n and o are refers to the whole numbers. Now we will get to deal with the types of polynomials. In our standard, we have three types of polynomials. They are linear polynomials, quadratic polynomials, and cubic polynomials. So what is linear polynomial? The linear polynomial in which the highest variable exponent is 1, known as the linear polynomial. And this, when plotted on a graph, it gives us a straight line, and we write it as ax plus by plus c. Then next we move on to the quadratic polynomial. Then what is a quadratic polynomial? The quadratic polynomial is a polynomial in which the variable power is the highest up to 2 and is known as the quadratic polynomial. And these polynomials, when plotted on a graph, it gives us a parabola. And we write it as ax square plus bx plus c. And after that, we will go to the cubic polynomial. Then what is a cubic polynomial? The cubic polynomial is a type of polynomial whose variable is, the highest variable is 3. And when this is plotted on a graph, it also gives us a parabola, and we write it as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So for further explanation, I would request Suraj to continue.
So now we will see about value and graph of polynomial. As you can see that we have taken one linear polynomial y minus 2x minus 3 and it 2 zeros. In this graph, we have plotted the zeros of the polynomial and we have obtained a straight line. As it was said by the author that a linear polynomial always gives a straight line. Chitra, next. So now we have taken one quadratic polynomial x square minus 3x minus y minus 4 and we have taken its zeros also. In this graph, we have plotted the zeros of the polynomial and we have obtained a parabola. As it is said by the Ohm that when we plot the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, we obtain a parabola. Now we have taken a cubic polynomial x cube minus 4x minus y and its zeros also. So in this graph, after plotting the zeros of a cubic polynomial, we have obtained a mixture or combination of 2 or more parabola. Now the further will be explained by Nakshatra.
Good evening, everyone. So now we will gain some more knowledge about quadratic polynomials, as this is the main topic in class 10. Let us see what information does the graph of a quadratic polynomial gives us. We have taken a quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. In the first case, you can see that the parabola touches the x-axis only at one point. At this point, the two zeros are combined and we can say that this type of polynomial is a perfect square and it has two real and equal roots. In the second case, you can see that we have taken the graph of the polynomial of which the parabola cuts the x-axis at 2 points. In this type of polynomial, it is not a perfect square and we get two real and different zeros. In the third case, we can see that the graph of the polynomial p of x doesn't touches or cuts the x-axis. Hence, it has no real zeros. Now, learning more about the second graph, we have taken, as we know that on the x-axis left to the origin, all the values we have got are negative, and to the right of the origin, all the values we got are positive. So if the graph cuts the x-axis or touches the x-axis at the left, then we have taken its zeros as negative, and if to the right, we get zeros which are positive or greater than 0. Dear friends, do you know that we can get the sign of a in the polynomial ax squared plus bx plus c by just seeing the direction of opening of the parabola?
Nakshatra,
Yes, sir.
sorry for interruption. Your voice is not so clear, so you can turn off your video and try for a clear audio.
Sir, is it now okay?
Yes.
So, welcome again. Let us proceed. We have taken here a graph of the polynomial and plotted its zeros. We get a parabola which is opened upwards. This information is purely based on experiments. You can try this at home by taking two polynomials and plotting its graph, and you can always see that if the graph is open upwards, the value of a in ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0, or we get the value of a as positive. Now in the next slide, we have taken a polynomial, plotted at 0, and we have got that the parabola is facing downwards. And as when the parabola is facing upwards, we get the value of a greater than 0 or positive. This time we will get the value of a less than 0 or the negative value of a. Now let us read about a new concept, which is the vertex of the parabola of a quadratic polynomial. Let us first see what is the vertex of the parabola. The vertex of the parabola is the point where the parabola bends, or the curve of the parabola bends. We will take the polynomial p of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c for the next 3 slides. Case 1, we have taken a polynomial which has two distinct zeros and the vertex of the parabola is not touching the x-axis. In this case, the coordinates of the vertex, which is here, as the pointer shows this, is minus b by 2a and minus d by 4a. Where minus b is from the polynomial ax squared plus bx plus c, and d is the discriminant of the quadratic polynomial, which could be found by the following equation: b square minus 4ac is equal to d. Now let us proceed to case 2. In this case, we have taken a polynomial which is a perfect square, and the vertex of the parabola touches the x-axis at 1 point, and we have two same zero. Now we will get the coordinates of the vertex as minus b by 2a, which is one of the zero of the polynomial, and the other coordinate, which is the y coordinate or ordinate, as 0. As in this case, we get the discriminant b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Let us proceed to case 3, which is the final slide. We have taken a polynomial which doesn't have any zero, or which is not factorizable into linear polynomials. Still, we can find the vertex of the parabola by the same formula, that is minus b by 2a and minus d by 4a. Thank you. This is all about our presentations. Any questions?
Thank you, Nakshatra and group, for such an informative presentation, which includes some more concepts related to quadratic polynomial and its graph. We all have enjoyed this one. So now, as this one is the this one is the last. This one was the last presentation by the students. So now the time is to wind up. So I want to welcome the supreme lady of our group of math teachers, or we can say math teachers.
No, it is not supreme lady, sir.
Rima madam, actually we all are we all need your guidance, ma'am. That's why I just said nothing more.
No, sir. I need that one.
I want to welcome Rima madam for the thank you address of today's session.
Thank you, Jeevan Jyoti sir. Now, हर नई शुरुआत थोड़ा डराती है. हर नई शुरुआत थोड़ा डराती है, पर याद रखो सफलता मुश्किलों की पार ही नजर आती है. A very good evening to all. I am much thankful for making me a part of this wonderful event. I, at first, extend my sincere and heartfelt regards to our beloved principal sir for his inspirational guidance to organize such a wonderful webinar. Active participation of students and their presentation is highly appreciable. Today's session was full of energy and information. The way they explained each and every topic has given a remarkable impact, which set an example for others. As no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my profound gratitude to whole team. Lastly, I wish to inform you all that this session will continue tomorrow as scheduled. We expect the same pace tomorrow to make it more grand success. Thank you and have a pleasant evening. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. So as we have completed the first session of this 2 days competence-based, we can say, webinar on RT integration and competency-based education in mathematics by our students. Tomorrow also we will going to meet at 10 a.m. So I again just give an invitation to all the students of class 9 and 10, along with all my family members of Tata DAV, to join with us to celebrate this moment.
Jeevan sir,
yes,
may I speak something? Okay, students, really highly moved I am by seeing the way you are able to present, not only in a manner which we required, at the very same time the integrating of art in mathematics so nicely you have blended it. It was also for us a surprise that our students are really growing. We are really feeling proud and feeling very nice. And the good thing about to see the Sony and the Deepika, usually I used to find them, they speak very less. And this time when the webinar was there, even Preeti, these are my surprise takeaway. And really I'm very happy by seeing, because most of the time I have seen Shivam and his team and Nakshatra, Ananya, Shraddha, they are expressing their things. But first time I have seen the Preeti and Deepika, Sony and all, it really moved myself, and I'm very happy. The words cannot be described, that how proud I am to see and to feel that yes, I'm the part of in their group. And thanks to the team of mathematics department, they are encouraging them, motivating them, because nowadays I'm not getting that much time to interact with most of the students. So this team, just after me, whoever is taking the responsibility, really they are doing wonders. They are bringing the best from the students, from out of them, and keep it up. On the first day session, it's really gone very well. Only I'm little bit not sad, little concerned that all class 10 students also not attended. Means there are still 4 or 5 students who are just taking it lightly. But dear student, you must know the CBSE policy. Now they are thinking to keep everything and blending with ability and skill. Not that simply knowledge will help you to get good marks or good platforms. Unless and until you will not blend this knowledge, ability and skill together, which is known as competency based. Competency is nothing but these three things, three factors of learning should be included in our day-to-day activity. So whoever is taking part, you are already on, you are in the right direction, and success is yours. Very soon you will get whatever you are asking from the world. It is going to be with you, because the plan of the national new curriculum, education curriculum, is that the students should acquire practical knowledge, and most importantly, whatever knowledge they are accepting or getting it, they should bring it to their action. That is the real wisdom, and already you students have started it. I'm really happy, and thanks to all these participants and the presenters. They have come up, they have shown their best strength, and the world is yours. Keep it up. Best of luck to all. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. So we will meet again tomorrow. I hope all will join with us. So this is all about today. I hope you all have enjoyed this moment. So we all will meet again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Up to that, stay home, stay inside. Thank you all.